Now you probably think that the life of a YouTuber is really exciting, but the truth is it's Sunday afternoon, Brazil's playing Switzerland, and instead of watching that, I'm standing in the spinach aisle with Ben. Is up, back with another video. I hope all of you guys are feeling amazing. I haven't hit you with a classic intro in a while. I'm feeling all right, like my mood is good, except just my emotions and my physical pain aren't doing that great today. I'll fill you in a second, but I want to hear from you guys. How are you doing today? I hope you guys are enjoying your weekend, enjoying the World Cup, enjoying summer, enjoying life, enjoying Father's Day. Shout out to all the dads out there. If you're a dad, drop a comment down below because I appreciate all you guys. You guys are the best. Unless you're a deadbeat dad, then you suck. Don't be a deadbeat dad. Before we get too far into this video, I need to give a big shout out to Ebates. Today's video is brought to you by Ebates. Straight up, Ebates is one of the coolest things online because I use it and I save a bunch of money. This isn't some thing that anyone's making me say. This is a freaking dope site. So basically what you do, you sign up, you make an Ebates account, and let's say you're gonna buy a shoe off Foot Locker. Let's say you're gonna buy a shoe off Champs. Let's say you're gonna buy a shoe off Nike. Let's say you're gonna buy a washing machine off of Macy's.com. Like literally whatever you wanna buy. They have all the big box brands there. You go on Ebates, you buy whatever you wanna buy from that website, and Ebates gives you money back. I think Nike right now you get 10% cash back. So you spend $100 on Nike through Ebates, you get 10 bucks back just for buying a $100 pair of shoes. It's really, really awesome. If you buy a retro pair of Jordans for $190, you get $19 back. Like, it's actually a sick service. I've saved thousands of dollars throughout the years doing this. It's really concerning how much money I spend, but thankfully I've been able to save some of it using Ebates. So I'm gonna have the sign up link in the description, guys. Seriously, go check it out. And yeah, it does help me out a little bit if you use the link, but it's gonna help you guys out a lot. So let me explain the emotional and physical pain that I'm in today. First off, I thought I would have a great afternoon snack while I was watching some World Cup games by eating 4 super sour, not ripe at all kiwis, and they tasted great. Somehow they made my lips split open and start bleeding. I don't know how sour food can make your skin split open, but that's what happened. So now my lips really hurt, and my feelings also really hurt because Ben, who's taking a nap here, decided to make the brilliant video of just finding all the rude and insulting comments that people leave about me and make me read them and react to them. Ben, why would you do this to me? Why are you holding your middle finger out, dude? Why would you do such a rude video?
It was funny.
Are you really sleeping? I'm gonna leave the link to that in the description too if you guys want to go check it out. It was not fun for me, but it was a funny video. So if you guys want to go check it out, subscribe to Ben, all of that good stuff, I'll leave a link to that video down in the description. That being said, we do have a few things that we need to get up to today. Next stop, the Nike outlet. It's Sunday and they're having like a 40% off the back wall sale. So you know I needed to come through. So I wanted to go through the Nike outlet this morning because, I don't know, I wanted to see if they got anything cool. Lots of times on weekend mornings at Nike outlets, they put out new stock, they put out cool stuff, and people aren't really up on it in Winnipeg. Like, they're not going to check the Nike outlet every single day to see if there's anything cool. And I didn't find anything super rare, super limited, or something that shouldn't have been there, but I did find something that I thought was a very nice pair of kicks. You guys can probably tell what this is by the box, this orange and green box. This was all over YouTube a few months ago. I personally got 4 pairs of shoes from the Gatorade pack. I got the blue Jordan ones, I got the orange Jordan ones, I got the purple Jordan ones, and I got the green suede Jordan 6s. Now, these right here are the regular sort of more GR Jordan 6s. The green suede Jordan 6s, those sold out, and I'm not honestly sure if I still have those in my collection. I may have sold them, I may still have them. Either way, they're not in the 50 pairs that I decided to keep 100%. I probably will be selling those down the road. These are really nice though, and it's just a clean, classic colorway of orange and white, and not classic in the sense of the black and red and gray that we usually see on Jordans, but classic just in the theme. Like, it screams 90s, it screams those Michael Jordan Gatorade advertisements that you used to see. I'm personally too young to have seen most of those, but I've seen them on YouTube and stuff, and those are amazing commercials. So if you grew up in this era, watched Jordan win a ring in this pair of shoes, and then saw those commercials, and then saw this culmination on this pair of shoes, I think that must be a really cool feeling to see these actually exist now. But anyway, as I was saying, the reason I went to the Nike outlet is I wanted to see if there's anything cool, anything limited, and that was sort of prompted by a few things. Yesterday I got a call from my buddy who said he found Flu Game 12s at the outlet, and he's like, dude, go check your outlet, I found Flu Game 12s, and I couldn't find any Flu Game 12s. And the other was prompted by a DM I got 4 or 5 days ago, where someone sent me a picture of Red October Nike Yeezy 2s sitting on a shelf at a Nike outlet. Just boxes and boxes and boxes of them. And he was asking, dude, is this real? Is this a real picture? And the answer is yes, that is a real picture. And it got me thinking, what are the 5 greatest, best of all time Nike outlet steals? So I figured I'd do some research and get back to you with the 5 best shoes that have ever ended up at Nike outlets. So the first on the list isn't actually a specific pair of shoes, but it is something that you used to be able to find at Nike outlets back in the day, and I just think it's like so freaking cool, and it's a shame that they're not really available like that anymore, and it's hard to find if they actually are there. But you used to be able to get player edition Jordans, player edition Nikes, basketball shoes of actual NBA players that just never ended up in the hands of NBA players at Nike outlets. You talk to old school guys that have been doing this for years, like Jumpman Bostic and people like those, they've found Jordan and Nike basketball player editions of active NBA players sitting at Nike outlets. I found a couple sitting at Ross and Marshalls. I believe I found a Kelly Olynyk PE Hyperdunk at a Ross. It ended up in like Arizona or something. It was so strange. I found a Celtics PE somewhere once, but you used to be able to find them all the time in huge sizes at Nike outlets, and that is super cool, and it's a shame that you can't really find them anymore. Now, number 4 has to be those Red Octobers, and no, that was not a fake picture. The Red Octobers were actually available in a B grade at some Nike outlets. They had a whole bunch of B grades, and instead of destroying them or whatever they do, they put them at Nike outlets, and people went nuts. I believe it was T Blake, another YouTuber, that picked up a whole bunch of pairs of those and sold them all. He bought them for $200 or $250, whatever retail was on those shoes, and flipped them all. And sure, they were B grades, except you could still sell them for like $3,000 at the time when the shoe was going for $6 grand. That was a ridiculously hype shoe, and the fact that they put them at Nike outlets is just mind-blowing. So another one on the list that is a personal favorite of mine that I've seen people find at Nike outlets is the Tom Sachs Mars Yard. And I should note, like, these aren't necessarily the most expensive or the rarest shoes that people have found in Nike outlets, but I think these are some of the coolest, and the Mars Yards are just such a sick shoe. Obviously they were released like 6-7 years ago, and they were limited to like 100 pairs, and they did a much larger release this past year, and they still go for a lot of money, but there were pairs that had little stitching errors or had material errors. Since it all is very unique materials, some of them did end up being B grades and at Nike outlets. And can you imagine how excited you'd be if you walked into a Nike outlet, you're looking through the hash wall at the back where all the box tops are cut off, and you see Tom Sachs Mars Yards? That would be ridiculous. Now, another one that I've seen and I didn't really believe, but it ended up being in my Nike outlet at home. This is on the grand opening of this Nike outlet, and we had the Trophy Room 23s. And the crazy part about this is that the Trophy Room 23s only released at Trophy Room. This wasn't the GR colorway, this was the limited colorway. I can't remember if it was the black or the white, but it was the one that only released at the Trophy Room store in Orlando, Florida. And they were sitting at our Nike outlet in Winnipeg on the grand opening release day. Now that might not be the craziest one out there, but it's insane to me to think that that's at my Nike outlet in Winnipeg, in the middle of nowhere, has a shoe that only released at one store, sitting at a Nike outlet. I don't know why they were there. Obviously it was a grand opening, but that was really cool to see those there. And then finally, I had to put this one in here because it is just a great story behind it. The banned Nike 1 Jordan what? The bread or banned Air Jordan 1s, the black and red with the big X on the back. They did a great marketing campaign behind that. They said that, oh, well, Nike said we weren't allowed to wear these, so let's just scrap them and sell them at Nike outlets. They didn't actually say that, but that's how they sort of played the marketing campaign of it. It was really, really cool. The leather was just absurdly good on those. I want a pair of those so bad. They look beautiful. Like, the leather just looks amazing. It's like shattered backboard quality and then some. And they released all of them at Nike outlets. None of them hit Foot Lockers. None of them hit real Nike stores. None of them hit Finish Line. Only Nike outlets got that pair of shoes, and they marketed it as like a B grade because it was banned from the NBA, so they put them all at the Nike outlets instead of selling them at real stores. It was a really cool marketing campaign, and I really liked the way they did that pair of shoes, and it's so cool that it was only at Nike outlets. So those are, in my opinion, the 5 coolest sneakers, the greatest Nike outlet steals of all time. Could you imagine walking into a Nike outlet and finding any of those shoes? Wow. That is like why I go to Nike outlets, just hoping that once in my life that moment will happen to me and I can freak out and pee my pants like a little kid on Christmas morning. That is what I hope for every single time. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Make sure to smash that like button. Let's see how many likes we can hit. And if you enjoy the content and want to see more, drop a comment and follow me on Instagram at TomStefaniak. As always, I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and I will see you tomorrow.